karma. Meghan quakes in fear as Piers Morgan becomes highest-paid journalist after beating her lies. Did Piers Morgan just threaten Meghan Markle? He's vowed his media return will be a very unpleasant surprise for her. It is claimed Piers Morgan's new £50 million deal struck with media baron Rupert Murdoch is considerably more than what the former Good Morning Britain presenter earned at ITV. Piers Morgan is now said to be the nation's highest-paid journalist after signing his new megabucks contract. The Press Gazette say he will now be paid £50 million over 3 years to write columns for The Sun and New York Post and also front a nightly TV show. It's no secret that Piers Morgan has a problem with Meghan Markle. He relentlessly tweets about her, quit his job at Good Morning Britain after being asked to apologize for saying he didn't believe a word when she talked about having suicidal thoughts, and has now made borderline threatening remarks towards her as he starts his new position as a columnist at The Sun. Pushy little Princess Pinocchio tried her utmost to cancel me, he said to the tabloid. She will be in for a very unpleasant surprise when I emerge, like Lazarus, from my den. The tone of this is very Disney villain-esque. It sort of has the Terminator's I'll be back energy. But, aside from the comment being totally drenched in drama, it's also quite scary. A vendetta like this in any other scenario would be called harassment. You would have thought after Markle's seismic Oprah interview, the subsequent backlash towards the media for their treatment of her, and Morgan quitting his job for his comments, that maybe he would have had enough of going after one woman repeatedly. Troublingly, Morgan's new column is called Uncensored, suggesting much of what he'll be writing will be what he calls brutal honesty and others consider wildly inconsiderate and problematic. According to him, the column is called Uncensored because it does what it says on the tin. Effectively, I was censored at my previous job and told to apologize to Meghan Markle for an honestly held opinion, which obviously I wasn't going to do. I'm now working somewhere where I'm free to express my opinions. If he wasn't expressing his opinions before, what on earth is coming next? He's like a sociopathic stalker. Really disturbing, wrote author Emma Kennedy on Twitter of Piers' remarks. It's racist misogyny in plain sight, claimed a second person. At what point do the police get involved? It's surely well past the line of harassment, questioned a third. This bizarrely seems to have stemmed from a friendship, almost romance, going sour. Morgan met Markle years ago after he followed her on Twitter and she replied saying she was a fan of his. They then went for a drink in London when she was in town watching Serena Williams play at Wimbledon. We had 2 hours in the pub, she had a couple of dirty martinis and pints, we got on brilliantly, he said of the meeting during an appearance on The Late Late Show. Then I put her in a cab, and it turns out it was the cab that took her to a party where she met Prince Harry. The next night they had a solo dinner and that was the last I ever heard from Meghan Markle. He concluded, I really liked her, this is why it hurts, he said. I just think she's a slight social climber, I'm afraid. Personal histories aside, after how honest Markle has been about her mental health, there is little kindness or decency in Morgan's decision to continually use her as content knowing the detrimental effect it could have. If every person that was ghosted reacted this way, we would be living in the most hostile society imaginable. This isn't investigative journalism or holding someone to account, it's nastiness disguised as freedom of speech. But why would he stop? Morgan is doing this for clicks and, annoyingly, it's working.